What is up, guys? It's TJ here, and today we're going to talk about the Sony, I almost said something else, the Sony a6400, and this is not it. I wish I had it to show you guys, but it looks just like it. You didn't know. We're going to pretend that this is it. This is the a6300. We're going to talk about all the stuff that people are complaining about with the Sony a6400. It's really mostly like just the lack of new features. It wasn't a big announcement that everybody was planning on it to be. Nobody's really super excited about this camera, and I think it's because of a design fail. One, they wanted to have the flip out screen so that this would become a good vlogging camera, but no one really seems to think of it as a really good vlogging camera because of the flip out screen, or the flip up screen, excuse me. What we're going to talk about today is basically like why people have this expectation of what a vlogging camera should be like, and where does the design come from, or where I think the design comes from, and why maybe Sony chose to use this design. I'm actually for Sony on this one. I feel like they designed a good camera. Like it's a dope camera. The fact that you can have interchangeable lenses, like you can take this lens off and put on a better lens, like that's really dope for such a small compact form factor. This camera is one of the best cameras. And when I say this camera, I mean the Sony a6400. This camera is one of the good vlogging cameras out there. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a great camera for vloggers. And the reason why I feel like that, well, actually, let's first talk about what people are complaining about. It has to do with this little thing right here. This is like the go-to vlogging microphone out here. This one, and also this one right here. This is the Rode VideoMic Pro, and this is the Rode VideoMic. It's not the Go, but it's like the small one with the furry thing on it. You'll see it when you go on Amazon. This is the Rode VideoMic. In most vlogging situations nowadays, we pop this thing on here, and this thing goes right on top of here, and it gets. What's going on here? It's not. Come on, little furry animal. Let's do it. Pop that thing right on there. You got a good little setup here. You got some good audio coming out of here. Got some good video coming out of here. In the case of the a6400, it does have a flip up screen. This is the Sony a5100, and we actually used to vlog with this for a little bit. This screen flips up like that, and that's what the a6400 does. And the problem is when you put a microphone on the top, on the hot shoe, you can't see the screen because we got this big furry animal on top of it, and you just can't see it. You might as well not have a screen at all. And that's what people are complaining about, is the fact that how do you call this a vlogging camera if you can't put a microphone on the top of it? The best vlogging camera of pretty much all time, the go-to vlogging camera, honestly, is the Canon G7X. This is the mother of all vlogging cameras for a few reasons. One, it's small, it's compact. It is a great vlogging camera that has a flip up screen, beautiful flip up screen. It's very simple, very small, very light, and also has a decent microphone. Most vloggers use the onboard microphone that's at the top of this camera, and some of them put like a little windscreen over here so that when the wind blows, it's not that bad. Note the position of the microphone, because you can talk and point it at someone like this, or pointing at something like this, and it will still be able to pick up your vocals. And if you turn it to yourself, it will still be able to pick up your vocals as well, because the microphone is on the top. But this is by far the most purchased, the most sought after vlogging camera of all time. Look at this. This is so small. It's so simple. It has a 1.8 to 2.8 aperture, which most people are looking for in vlogging cameras, and it has a pretty wide focal length at 8mm to 36.8 millimeters. It's a beautiful camera. It's the perfect vlogging camera. This is what vlogging was all about until vlogging started to evolve. Like I don't know where I was going with that. Vlogging started to evolve, and it turned into something more like this, where people were like, we need better audio. I hate the way the audio sounds. It sucks. So we need to have a big behemoth VideoMic Pro on here, and just the setup just became bigger and bigger. We need a full DSLR. We need interchangeable lenses. And to be honest, there really wasn't, a couple of years ago, there wasn't a lot of small form factor cameras that had interchangeable lenses like the A600 series or 6000 series. There wasn't a lot to choose from. It was either something like a point and shoot like this, or it was like you go big or go home. This is a great vlogging setup. It's just huge. I use this as my vlogging setup. The problem with this setup, using this microphone and using a flip out screen, is that you tend to look at the screen a little bit every now and then. Most vloggers have gotten a good grasp on not looking at the screen, but when you go to check over there, it looks really awkward on screen when you're looking at this screen instead of looking into the lens, which in my opinion means that the flip up screen is a better position for the screen to be. This microphone also has its own issues because it works perfectly like this, but when you turn it around to vlog something else or point it at someone who is also in your vlog, this is a directional microphone that will only pick up what's in front of it, and when you talk behind it, you get a muffled sound. A lot of vloggers will end up flipping this thing around so that when they do that, they can get a good pickup and still be heard well. You have to really be about your vlogging to do something like this. Whereas this, you're more so about getting the content, getting whatever you can when you can get it. This is more about quantity and this is more about quality. But let's get back to the A6400 and why that flip up screen probably came about. This was the first vlogging camera that I ever picked up from Sony, and this was a beautiful camera. You see the location of the microphones, they're right up here on top. So it was the perfect situation, and I could do so much more with this than I could with the G7X. And I love this camera, but notice you have the flip up screen. When you add the hot shoe on the top of the camera, people want to put something there. So they're gonna want to put the microphone there. And I feel like Sony should have realized that, or should have had someone on their team that was like, hey, we probably shouldn't put that there because when you flip it up, most vloggers like to use these, and yeah, that's not gonna work with that. But I can see the evolution of vlogging. Like, vlogging has come from just using the little point and shoots to, dude, you gotta have all of this. You gotta have a nice setup. You gotta do all the filming. You gotta do this. You gotta have the good audio. You have to have all that stuff. And vlogging has evolved from just having a perfectly fine flip up screen to needing to have all these things on top. And there's easy fixes for it. There's plates and things that you can buy to kind of put your microphone off to the side and still have the screen at the top, which I think may be a pretty good option. But looking at the features of the A6400, they don't seem to have added a lot of features. It does apparently have some better autofocusing features. It doesn't have any better video features. I think a plus that it has is it does have interchangeable lenses. The position of the microphone on this camera would also do the same thing that this one would do. I am assuming they decided to put the microphones in the same position that they put on the A6300, which is right in the front right here, which is not really the ideal position for a microphone to be when you may be vlogging this way and you may be vlogging this way. This way you'll get a great pickup pattern with just the microphones that are there because they're pointed directly at you, but when you turn it around this way, you won't get a good pickup pattern. You will get a muffled sound. Now, will it be as muffled as something like this? No, but for a good vlogging camera, the microphones should be at the top. But if you look at other Sony cameras, they got it right. Microphone at the top. RX100, microphone at the top. Canon G7X, microphone at the top. I think the screen of the A6400 is in the perfect position for vloggers who just want to get the shot and don't really care too much about audio. For vloggers who want to care about audio and still want the A6400, just buy a bracket to move the microphone over. They're just trying to protect their line of cameras. They're trying to make sure that you continue to buy the A6300 and you continue to buy the A6500 because they have different perks to them, I guess. They're just trying to protect their flagship cameras. They're trying to protect the ones that they want you to buy the most. This is more of a consumer camera. And Sony, if you need somebody to help you figure out what the vlogging thing is, just let me know. I'll come out there and help you guys figure it out, you know, to tell you what we're looking for in the vlogging camera. I feel like you gotta have somebody on your team telling you what's going on. Who did you talk to about this? Like your menu screens. Can you fix those, please? I feel like you need the lady who's on that Tidy It Up show to come fix your menu screens. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know how we got here, but let me know what you guys think about the A6400 in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.